Greetings, everyone. I am Dr. Wolf, and I just saw the Season 8 finale, School Raze. Oh my goodness. So much happening all at once. Even over the course of 2 episodes, I'm not sure if they had enough time to go over so many characters and plot points and different locations. A lot of it did feel a bit rushed, but at the same time, I wasn't quite sure where they were going at every step along the way, so, as per usual, I have to applaud the writing when I don't know where the story is always going. And it's finally happened. It's finally made for sure. Cozy Glow is the main villain of the season. Oh goodness, from her very first appearance, very early on, I felt that there was something off about her character, something that just gave me this really weird vibe. And yeah, looking at how she is now in the finale, it seems like the way she's been talking, the way she's able to manipulate other ponies and even other creatures, it's impressive. It's downright dastardly even. She puts on this adorably saccharin persona all the time, and she always makes you think that this was your idea. Oh, I'm just doing what you want. Just doing for the benefit that will help you along. And that chess piece cutie mark comes to full effect. I will admit, this is a more intriguing villain than a lot of the ones that have come before, in that you wouldn't expect someone who is around the same age as the CMC to be able to manipulate not only the main 6, or should I say even the main 7 in this case, not to mention Tirek, who also made quite a bit of an appearance in this Season 8 finale, but Chancellor Neighsay. They make him out to be this antagonist right from the get-go in the Season 8 premiere, and they don't change him for the finale. He's still wanting to boot Twilight off of this position as the head of the School of Friendship, and he still wants to expel any non-pony from the premises. They don't change any aspect of that character. It's just that he finally comes to meet someone who's significantly more evil and power hungry, and he comes to understand that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Anyway, starting from the beginning, I am grateful that they did make an appearance for Derpy, but it isn't just for the sake of fan service, because one, she's shown delivering mail specifically to Cozy Glow. And later on in the episode, you're wondering, wait a second, how in the world does Tirek get mail within Tartarus? And you start to wonder, could Derpy really go in and out of Tartarus as she pleases? Just to deliver letters? I wonder if anyone could write a fan fiction about that. That Derpy is delivering mail to all these different prisoners of Tartarus. I wonder how often that might happen. But anyways, Cozy Glow is able to manipulate a being like Tirek into letting her know how to siphon magic from others. And it gets to the point where the artifacts, which were mentioned several episodes before, are being used to drain magic from the entirety of Equestria. Now, when I first saw these artifacts, I thought that, well, I wonder if they're setting up something to where the Student 6 are going to have to use these artifacts in order to save Equestria in some future finale. And it's partly that. It's actually more so that these artifacts are being used to drain everyone's magic, and it's actually the Student 6 trying to stop the use of these artifacts from destroying everything. So yeah, that's definitely something I did not see coming. Taking Starlight out of the mix because, again, Cozy Glow is especially good at manipulating others without them ever realizing it until it's far too late, and getting the main 6 and Spike, Again, I have to appreciate comments from Spike when he keeps saying to Tirek, "There's 7 of us." That definitely gave me a good chuckle. Manipulating all of them that Tirek might be the one behind magic disappearing throughout Equestria, that they're the ones who should be heading off into Tartarus, giving them an artifact that is a one-time use, and basically thinking, well, now they're trapped forever. And now the school is mine. It's a pretty ingenious setup, I will admit. For the most part, it does work. They have to come up with some pretty intriguing ideas just to find their way out of things. For example, with the main 6 and Spike trapped in Tartarus, using what magic is left in all these different creatures left within Tartarus. And for a bit of interesting world building, the moment that the magic is drained out of all these various creatures, they are split into their base animal forms. Like, for example, with the bugbear, you have this panda and this tiny insect. And for the chimera, it splits off into a tiger, a goat, and a snake. And it makes me wonder, did some pony or some other magical being long, long ago actually fuse these creatures together? Is that what actually created these fantastical beings to begin with? That could create some very intriguing story potential. Some sorcerers from ages past that for whatever reason decided the world seems a bit boring. I want some more powerful creatures to play with. Let's try mixing things up. Maybe just for fun. You think maybe there's some fanfic potential with all that idea? I did appreciate the idea that the CMC were going to help save the day in a season finale, finally, that they were going to be playing a big role. And it kind of turns on its head because they were intending on distracting Cozy Glow and she sees through it immediately and they're stuck in a closet for the end of the episode. I don't know if that's really funny or just really pitiful, but either way, it's definitely fun to see. I do hope that someday in the future they will get to have some kind of pivotal role in a major episode. Hopefully. At least in the case of the Student 6, they're the ones who end up saving the day. They're the ones who ends up saving Equestria and think, oh, now we've learned everything there is to learn about friendship, and no, you're not even close to graduating. There's Twilight's line where just because you save Equestria does not mean you've learned everything there is to learn about friendship. Coming from Twilight, that is a bit humbling to hear. I also appreciate how there is some interesting world building when they remove magic from the big picture. Noticing that, well, hey, food no longer stays good no matter where you take it. The cupcakes that were packed in their lunches have all gone moldy because they've been traveling for who knows how long. Well, yeah, that's what happens to food normally. We've just never really thought about it all that much because we always figured that the world that they've set up just never really needed to figure that out. But now there is an in-universe explanation that the food that they create is already infused with a bit of the magic of its own to keep it cold, to keep it fresh. No matter where you take food, it's always staying good because it has a magic of its own. I mean, goodness. It makes you wonder, there could be magic infused in pretty much anything and everything within pony society in that fashion. I mean, even with Earth ponies just creating cupcakes and various other treats, the fact that they are just using their hooves could be all that it takes to infuse that kind of magic into it. You ever consider that? Now, one thing that I was not completely on board with, and yet at the same time actually does make a lot of sense, at least for this show, is that Cozy Glow's primary motivation is that she is seeking power through friendship. Now, in pretty much any other case, in any other form of media, that makes no sense. That would just be like, you want to run that by me again? But no, in Equestria, in the world of My Little Pony, friendship can create all kinds of grand power. I mean, bringing a being like Tirek into this story makes you realize, you think back to the season 4 finale, and you have friendship beams not only curing everything in the entire world, but you could also claim that friendship magic, creating that Dragon Ball Z power struggle. So with Cozy Glow studying that kind of history and thinking to herself, if only I could have that kind of power, well, I just need to accumulate friends. I know that if I have all of the friends, everyone worshiping me, I can rule all of the land. I can have all of this power. At least to a child, that could make sense as a motivation. In Equestria, because any other show, again, that makes no sense. But in My Little Pony, yeah, that actually has a lot of basis. Trying to have a child understand that you don't get all of the power and all of the glory by just accumulating friends everywhere around you, it's a pretty tough argument. And it looks like with the way the episode came to an end, they may bring her back. They may have both Cozy Glow and Tirek come back in some other season for who knows what other kind of plan. I mean, Cozy has shown that she can come up with some pretty impressive manipulation on the fly. When Chancellor Neighsay shows up out of the blue, she's able to discuss all manner of ideas with him and manipulate him into thinking that, well, I'm in charge and, well, I'm gonna do things my way. And when he's making an announcement to the school, she's able to turn everything almost on a dime and then make it seem like, well, I'm just doing what you said. I can appreciate that this Saccharin character is suddenly the most evil, manipulative pony that we've ever seen in the entire show. It's kind of weird, but also really intriguing. Overall, I'd have to say that School Raze has a lot going for it. Tons of world building. Some very good setup on why the main 6 is out of the picture, Starlight is out of the picture, the princesses can't really do anything, the student 6 are pretty much the only ones who could actually fix the situation in time. I don't feel like anything is really so far convoluted that it breaks the story. And I deeply appreciate that. And yeah, I can think of quite a few reasons why I'd want to go back and watch this again. Especially in moments where Tirek realizes that having the main 6 and Spike stuck in Tartarus with him forever may not in fact be the greatest idea he's ever come up with. But what did you think of the Season 8 finale, School Raze? How much did you see coming with Cozy Glow and Chancellor Neighsay, the student 6 actually ending up saving the day, not by using the artifacts directly, but stopping their use? Or what did you think about Tartarus itself, with all these creatures stuck in cages that, when their magic is drained, it suddenly breaks them into their base animal forms? What could that mean for the rest of the world? I would like to hear your thoughts, because, as always, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.